Ladies and gentlemen, it's August. It's already August. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's been 5 months already. We have a little more than a week before, unfortunately, it is time for me to return to America, leave Germany and Europe for a little while. But I want to do something really special before we leave, kind of go out with a bang, if you know what I mean. And that is why we are currently heading to the airport, not to go anywhere, not quite yet. Instead, we're heading to pick someone up, and you're never going to believe who. There he is. Dray, you have arrived in Germany. The viewers haven't seen you in 5 months. What do you have to say?
I don't want to comment on any activities during my disappearance.
Fair enough. So it's going to be very interesting and a busy week, but right now we're just trying to slowly introduce Gray to Europe. As you can see, he's admiring the architecture.
Box. Big box. Triangle.
Making some real quality content, aren't we?
We're rusty. I'm rusty.
That's fair.
I'll put it that way.
That's fair.
Ooh, look. A circle.
Ooh. So today we're just kind of taking it easy in Stuttgart, letting Gray get adjusted after he had a fairly miserable flight from, as I understand it.
Don't fly Delta Airlines.
Yeah, we should have learned from the John Mulaney skit, but we didn't. It's quite unfortunate moment for us.
So I'm learning the metro system here, and one of the interesting features is they actually have they've simplified out so you don't make as many choices here. So all the ones with red circles are stations you can't go to. So if you want to use the metro line here, you can use that one. I don't know what you do there, but probably hang out and then leave after a little bit.
I think we're almost ready to go explore the city.
Box.
All right, go ahead and try to pronounce that word again.
University. Tabe.
All right. So, what expectations do you have for this trip, Gray?
You know, I'm trying to head into it with no expectations here. Just seeing what we make of it. You know, I expected Delta to have my bags, and they didn't deliver on that. And so, which I'm fine with. I don't have any long-standing beef with them that's been amplified by this incident. What were we talking?
Expectations, yeah.
I think the TV tower will be tall. I think it will be skinny.
I think the train will be loud.
It's definitely not quiet.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I think we're gonna be higher up than we are now. What about you?
I also don't have any expectations other than the elevation change. So I figured the best place to start our tour of Stuttgart would probably be the TV tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, because aside from the car museums, I think this is the one other must-see attraction in Stuttgart. So
It's a little different than I imagined.
Yeah, slightly. Every time I always forget how nice of a view it is.
Yeah, well, I guess coming in I saw some of the mountains, but
It's not
look at
it's
this
not super mountainous.
vertical farmland they got going on.
Yeah. It's not super mountainous, but it is quite hilly.
It is enough to be noticed.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our expectations were to go up.
And we succeeded. quite
All in all,
quite a
TV
lot.
tower, solid experience, great merchandise, questionable children's novels.
So with the TV tower over, we moved to the center of the city. Once again, just the beauty of Schlossplatz is fantastic.
They're currently in the process of trying to Italian job the statue up there.
Yeah. I think they've been in that process for a little while.
I don't know what's going on over
All right.
there. Yeah. I'm really digging these fountains on either side here.
Oh yeah. It's quite a nice little setup they got here. If it wasn't for the constant reconstruction and everything, then it'd be really beautiful. But hopefully you can see what I mean when I say that European cities are just so much more interesting to look at than in America. It's not even close either.
Yeah. Ooh. Let's make a quick stop over here.
All right. Well, we'll be right back. That giant cookie does seem like somewhere to find.
European cities seem to be full of the unexpected. It's got this large kind of plastic structure around it too. It's very modern compared to pretty much all the other buildings.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I imagine that one will stick out quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we are starting off strong with our first food review here.
Yeah.
I have decided to get hungry under here.
Yep.
I require coffee to stay up.
How dare he?
As it is currently I'm going close to 36 hours with no sleep here. And that is how we do it. Drayton, I feel like you've got the best shot at pronouncing what I'm about to put in my mouth.
I forgot what you ordered,
It was
but
a straddle house or
something like that.
That's what I'm going with right here.
Yeah.
It's definitely much more solid than I'd expect.
Yeah.
It's
A little crunchy, maybe.
It's actually pretty good. It's got a nice crunch to it. I think ideally you got a little spoiled in Paris, but
Did you? All right, that's fair enough.
bread's still there. I'm happy with it. I would say scale 1 to 10. Gonna have to go 6.
6?
I think
All
it's
right.
solid 6 there.
All right, not bad at all.
My favorite part about this square is probably that it involves a circle. I think really looking beyond squares and seeing what else is out there for us, I think it's an important step, especially for stairway.
Yeah, quite a bit of box down there. There are more shapes other than boxes. But it's crazy how something you thought you knew as well as like roads, how completely different that can be in other countries. Very strange.
Now I'm beginning to see why. It's a strange fit. Let's just say I'm glad we are doing no driving.
I agree. I agree.
Considering I struggled to order coffee.
I'm very much hoping that our dynamic of someone who has somewhat gotten used to Europe and someone who is still like not at all familiar with Europe will create some interesting content.
Yeah.
Because I remember how things were for me on my first day here.
Yeah, I mean it's my first time, so be gentle, but
That's not the first time you told me that.
all right.
Have a coffee.
Oh my gosh. Never in my life have I been more terrified of a restaurant. That's pretty concerning.
That is mildly concerning. I agree.
No matter how you take that, that's a problem.
It's a nice time to be in a very nice area of the city. Yeah.
Me and Drayton were just conspiring over starting our own Ponzi scheme to be able to afford one of the houses on that hill.
Yeah.
For those of you just joining us, we're starting our own course, so feel free to stay tuned for more information.
Yes. How to start a Ponzi scheme. Part 1.
Ooh,
Find investors. Gray is in disbelief at the number of Xbox Series X's they have literally just sitting in stacks.
Bill Gates, I highly advise that you use your Microsoft penis to get these things.
Well, it's a little late. It's getting there in the evening. I'm sure Gray is just about dead tired. I would certainly be at this point.
11 o'clock. The last time I went to sleep was, last time I was sleeping was, oh gosh.
It's about 5 p.m. East Coast time right now, so
Yeah, so
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a very excellent evening, I would say.
Oh yeah.
We had a good time, good food, good beer, and Gray got to meet Otto. We had a very nice evening out. So tomorrow, off to Freiburg.
Indeed. Greeting you, and I give a little background as to what the start of your morning looks like here.
Yeah, so as far as day 2 goes, I had an interesting morning. I ran to the town hall this morning to turn in my residency deregistration, and when I say ran, I mean ran. So it was a very tiring morning.
I slept in, and Drayton's roommate and I had some coffee and a nice relaxed morning, and more importantly, we began the day getting woken up by the man delivering my suitcase. So certainly a little bit better of a start, I would say.
Slightly better start than yesterday, yeah.
Yes.
And hopefully that will continue this trend for today as we go into Freiburg. Right. What's that out there?
Graffiti on a box.
So this is not new to me, but everything is new to Gray. So we've got quite a large train station for him to wrap his mind around. All things considered, this is a pretty, I'd say, standard size for Germany. Maybe a little larger than normal, but certainly not the biggest I've ever seen.
Heard that before.
No, haven't we all? Back in Karlsruhe for our fairly short layover. Doing a little bit of walking around before our next train.
T-Mobile phone.
Ah, very important. Iconic landmark.
There's a slight amount of bike infrastructure here compared to the U.S.
I mean, especially because it's just everything is way more dense in Germany.
If you
So
meander back, you can kind of get a sense, because if you turn around, you can see
just quite a lot of it. Quite a lot over at the train station as well. So it's just very extensive.
some animals right there.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was a zoo right in the middle of the city. This is all right.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. They have some very nice gardens here as well. They seem to like to combine zoos and botanical gardens is what I've noticed.
I can support that.
I can as well. That's kind of cool.
The Japanese.
Yeah, we got a torii over there. Very neat. All right, Freiburg. I'm not gonna ask for your immediate impressions, Gray, but
we literally just got off.
yeah, train station is right there, so you know we are 200 meters into Freiburg right now, and
but one thing that did immediately catch our eye,
Gray's eye at least, was the green tiling on this church. Really pops out. So as Gray seems to be admiring that pretty heavily.
it's a good green right there.
Yeah.
The second best color there is.
So in order for Gray to get his architecture fix in, we have returned to the Freiburg Cathedral. which is as impressive as ever. Ray is speechless, as you can see.
I think even more impressive is this building right here. If you direct your attention.
Ah, yes.
Now, I've seen my fair share of European boxes. It doesn't get much better than this. Look at the windows.
Oh, that's
boxes.
absolutely
Even
exquisite.
the vents are boxes. I think these triangular protruding boxes
Are yeah,
definitely up there for me.
quite exquisite if we're being honest. So we've managed to find a small German pub in the bottom of a hotel, and Gray is going to give you a proper food review of some Käsespätzle.
Strong 8.
Strong 8. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's just the right hint of pepper, I would say.
Right hint of pepper. We've got some nice tomato and roasted onion garnish, and some sort of I don't know if that's cilantro or something, but
it is.
looks quite nice.
So what do you get here, Dray?
Me, I've got another traditionally southern German meal. We've got some Maultaschen over here, and German potato salad, which I'm quite fond of, and may consider let Gray trying. So, yeah, bon appetit.
Indeed.
Right. Well, you guys know how I feel about churches, and Gray is quite fond of architecture. So that calls for us going inside.
It's not a box.
That is quite nice, though. I think this may even give Cologne a run for its money, if I'm being honest. All right, Gray, thoughts on the church?
Absolutely phenomenal. It has been a while since I've been in an actual cathedral.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think really the stained glass.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge one. That's always a
Unmatched.
huge
And if
one.
You look, you can see it's one of me and Drayton's favorites so far. You can,
Very, very nice building right here. Quite detailed. I do quite like that. Very colorful.
Really nice gold piping on the accents of that as well.
Yeah.
And as you'll see, this does not disappoint in one of my favorite European traits, constant construction. So you can see they have added some.
There's a constant reconstruction and rebuilding
really does
going
have
on.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Interesting catch by Gray. There is a stone arch over here that has been broken away, but they have carved detail into where it was broken. That's very unique.
Folks, is to go where they won't let us. All right.
Yeah, and a completely separate note, we are venturing back behind people's houses to find places yet undiscovered to tourists.
He's already told me that we should stop and turn around multiple times.
Yeah.
And, I feel like where you really find the things worth searching for are when people are practically screaming, "Go away," you know?
I think that's a fantastic idea to follow. Update for the viewers. We are now lost in the woods thanks to Gray.
Hey, we're not lost, but there were signs.
The signs to turn back. We have found ourselves some rather beautiful scenery. Nice little town nestled in between the valley of this mountain and the Black Forest over there.
Over there you can see the brewery.
Oh yes, that is true. That is the brewery where we had beer from lunch.
Yes.
Nice little local place. One of a little over 1,000 breweries in Germany.
Wow.
It's just it's a minor part of the culture, as you can quite easily tell.
So,
Nice
what would you say if you
minor
had to
part.
rate our Hefeweizen? Which,
Well, I'm biased because I quite enjoy wheat beers in general. I'd say it's not the best I've had, but almost any wheat beer is a good wheat beer, and so I'd say it was a strong 7. I think it was quite a good
7. I might even go
quite a good beer. 7.5. All right, that's fair, understandable. What a view! Gray is quite fond of this building over here with the square tower, but personally, I am a fan of all of it. Absolutely wonderful view. What a city. Absolutely beautiful streets up here. I mean, you, like I was initially, you were very impressed with Stuttgart yesterday, I think, in terms of the architecture, but I think you're very easily able to see why Germans consider Stuttgart an ugly city, because compared to stuff like this, it's...
Yeah, look at some painting.
The painted on details really get me.
I especially love all of these more modern touches.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful mixing of styles there. Very avant-garde in that way. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, Stuttgart stands no chance compared to this. Well, it's been an interesting day in Freiburg, but right now we're topping it off with some ice cream. Gray has a Black Forest cup, bowl, sundae, something like that. I've gone with, honestly, I can't remember what it's called, but, something with cherries. Started with an A. What's with the B's?
Very persistent B here, but...
Yeah. How do you feel about the Black Forest?
It's going to be a strong 8.
Strong 8, all right.
It's pretty phenomenal.
Good to hear.
If I do say so myself. If you look in, it looks like I'm actually digging into a little cave of cherries there.
It does look like that. That's pretty well constructed.
Pretty phenomenal presentation, if I do say myself. A little waffle action going on over here, all in all. An 8. Phenomenal.
Yeah. But it's been a pretty good day. We found an archaeological museum that we went into, and that was an interesting time. Yeah.
It was especially nice given that it was free.
It was free, so that's always a huge plus. And so, just gonna take it easy for the last little bit that we're here, I think.
Enjoy our last few hours.
Yeah. Right. Well, though our time in Freiburg is growing shorter, I think Gray is quite fond of the city and its various architectural details. I mean,
indeed, I think it was a smart move for us to walk around Stuttgart a little bit yesterday before seeing this.
So we have like a standard set, and now there's this. I mean, I think he's quite a fan of that gate over there, and the gold detailing on these buildings. He's also mentioned.
We passed a plaque with the number of sister cities of Freiburg, and Drayton, do you want to tell them? The one that we do now?
Yeah, congratulations, Madison, Wisconsin. Ooh. You're doing good work. Walking around the local department store, we just checking out some of the brands. They also have a brand over here called Closed, which we actually saw a store for yesterday, but we couldn't go in because it was. Wait a second. The department stores are fun because you can scoff at the prices being asked for certain products. Gray seemed surprised the first time he saw it too, and I guess it would be a bit odd that Five Guys is quite popular in Germany.
Burger King, we have McDonald's, we have Five Guys,
and I think those are America's representatives, the main representatives as far as burgers go.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, Five Guys I feel pretty strongly about, but the rest
I feel pretty strongly about Burger King.
But I don't think that's the right kind of strongly.
No.
Right, well, I think that's unfortunately about all we have for Freiburg today. It's been a good time.
It has been a great time right here.
Very nice city. So while we try to get, not get blinded, fortunately that is not the end of our trip. We've got slightly bigger things planned. So we hope you will join us next time for the next section of our little trip through Germany.
Yes. And hopefully you'll find us next time at a much more exciting train station.
All right. We'll see you guys then.